Hello, this is a video to show you an attempt to fix the timer on a washer. To clean it out, because apparently these are unrepairable. You have to either replace it if the washer is not working, but this is an attempt to fix it. And this is a video will show you how to do that. So first of all, you took out the timer of the washer. Of course, you're gonna diagnose this is a bad part, and then take out the knobs. I already took them out and partially opened it. There are some tabs in here that need to open around the timer. Just crack them open with a flathead screwdriver and open them. After you open, wiggle and take it out. This is the top shell. This is going to be the timer. This is a pivot and this is the timer. So this, what it's doing, it's kind of like a piano. Kind of presses down on these pins mechanically, and this is what you're gonna take out to wiggle this out slowly. Don't bend any pins or anything. And this is where you're gonna clean and attempt to fix it. I'll go over these shortly. So this is it. This is your disassemble. This is a motor. Hope this is not the bad part on my timer, but this is the one thing you can replace. You have to further disassembly, but in my timer this is not the problem, but this could be. You can take it off, and the bottom there should be a stick with a part number or a model number, something to put it to replace it, and then solder it together and put it back together. This could also be the problem if the threads or the gears are not engaging anymore. This could be one of the problems too, but this is possibly you have to get a non-working timer and then replace the gear, because these parts become very expensive now that the washers were not too much. But this is an attempt to fix it. Okay, so this is the timer. That's the bottom that makes contact with the part we're gonna clean. I'll go over shortly. This is like a piano type. It kind of like presses according to the cycles one and another pin together, but this is like apparently working properly, because this is not the problem on the timer. As my motor is sounding like, it sounds like a clock, like an old clock, like tuk like a tick-tock clock. So this is a piano that is present on the fins that I'm gonna show you shortly. So this is what it is. I'll put it away, and this is the part we're gonna attempt to fix. And I looked at it and everything seemed fine. This is a connector to the washer, and then I see in the middle of these fins, I'm gonna call them, that some of these are corroded and these are not making good contact. And I checked it by going through one visually and two with a multimeter. Apparently these two on the top are making contact all the time, and then the one on the bottom and the one in the middle make contact when this one moves. So by a movement like this, short movement, this has to be make continuity. But I'll check it right now to see if they do indeed make continuity. First, the first two on the top, because they're sitting, that should make continuity, and then the two on the bottom, they should make continuity. That with the next pair, and then the other one all the way. I do see some sparkling or some spark problems caused by the timer and time been working. Possibly, humidity or animals possibly getting into it. I've seen cases where ants or cockroaches lay eggs in here, and then they stop. They make these stop working. Okay, so I'm gonna put it in a bias. I have my ohm meter here, and then also somewhere where I can hold it and test the pins on the top and on the bottom too. I'll do this one-handed. Then to try and take my own meter into the continuity, then I make sure there's continuity, and then look, I'm gonna test the first two because they're touching together. So I'm gonna touch the first two. Sorry if it's not on the camera, but it's kind of hard. So they do make continuity in the first two. What about the first and the third one? But by that, I'm gonna do it up here. Sorry if it's not on the center camera, because it's hard to do it. So the first one, I'm touching the first one right here, and then I'll do the third one, but I'm gonna push it. So that one apparently works. Then you're gonna go over with the second one and third row and all those rows, and then you're gonna see if they're making contact with the first one and the second one, and then with the third one by pushing it. And then I'll get back to you. Okay, so I found the problem in the last row. This is upside down. Okay, so the last row, this one is not making good contact and continuity with the first and the third one. So I checked from here to here, and when I touch it, you have to press it harder for it to make continuity between the first and the third one. So this may be the problem. This is supposed to be silver, because silver does not corrode or does not makes better contact than copper and brass, and doesn't make like the spark corrosion. So what I will do is clean every single one of the contacts here and here and here and here, those 4 per row, with a light file or sandpaper, so I can make them do better continuity and touching between the points and the timer. And then I'll come and put it back into the timer, into here where it was, slowly wiggling it and putting it back. This is an attempt to fix your timer, because this is trash. I don't want to order the new one, because the new one is close to $100 and the washer is not even close to $100. And this is what I have right now. The problem between the contacts here. This is like the points in the old cars and the motorcycles. They have to be clean, because otherwise they don't make good contact. Okay, so I successfully put the timer clean and the washer. This is when I cleaned it at first. I cleaned the first set of row with a piece of paper, sanding paper, maybe 100 grit or 160, not too rough, and then run in between the first set of contacts, the first 4 rows, and then the second row and behind, and then the same thing with the ones on the bottom, and then the ones next to it. I kind of sanded down maybe 5 to 10 times each one, and then they look real good. Now I assembled the timer. This is the same time that I cleaned. I hooked it up. There's power, there's water, everything's hooked up, and this is the first step to see what's going to happen. I want to pull it with one hand. Voila! There's water flowing into the washer because it wasn't filling out, wasn't working due to the bad timer. There were corroded terminals inside the contact points. Just like in the cars or the old cars, they were corroded. All you had to do is clean it up, and then it's a successful cleaning. Now we have a timer working on a good working washer. Please thumbs up on the video. Thank you.